All right, now we're recording. What's good, YouTube?
Go ahead.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Take2 podcast, a new chapter where we are your hosts, Josh
And Janae.
and y'all. We back with another video, and I know it's been a minute since we posted. It's been about 12 days, and y'all, we've been slacking. It's not just on YouTube, but
You insisting on not saying 2 weeks. Baby, it's okay. It's been a whole 14.
It's like 12 days. But we back, and y'all, it's just charge it to our head, not our heart. We've been really busy, but as y'all can see, we in a new setting today. We are in our bedroom, so don't mind the shoes on the wall, and that's just
It's a vibe.
This is how we do. You know what I'm saying? We just like sneakers. So before we get started, we got to start off with a word of prayer.
We ain't about to act like what just happened ain't happened. So we gonna tell the people we was sitting here recording it, and he wasn't even recording the audio. The audio. I can't even get it out.
Man, don't tell my business. Don't be telling my business. We was recording visually, but we wasn't recording audio.
And he swear I'm old.
So nah, I just had it was just something that happened before I got on, so it was kind of like it threw my mind off track. So
It's okay, duty.
But it is what it is. We back now. We good. So we about to go ahead and get up into this topic real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we start, we got to start with a word of prayer. And I did prayer last video, so you know who turn it is this time.
It's on me. It's
yes,
on
Lord.
me.
First Lady Smith.
It's on me.
Yes, Lord.
Well, okay, you can bow your heads wherever you are. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity to do what it is that we love to do. We ask that something that we say during this session would encourage the hearts of your people, and that they would be encouraged to go on just a little while longer, find a little faith and hope in their situations. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 All right, so before we start with this video, I'm not going to do the same one that we did last video, because now.
I guess it's not that authentic, huh?
Let's see. Let's do... Oh, this is a good one. Did you know that the heart of a shrimp is located in its head?
I never really thought about that. A shrimp having a heart.
Yeah, it's in their head. Oh, but that makes sense, though, because like when we eat shrimp, all we got to do is peel the tail off, because the head is already pre-cut off. We get head off shrimp. So like the heart and everything is in their head, the eyeballs and all that. If you ever get a whole shrimp, you ever ate? So
I don't think I've ever seen one except for on Shark Tale.
No, but listen, fun fact. Whole shrimps are actually better than head off. Like head on shrimp is better than head off, because head on shrimp is fresher. The head off shrimp, they go through the whole processing part where, and all that, going through shipping and stuff. But like head on shrimp is literally like fresh caught and cooked.
I'll be so appalled by this stuff.
If you rip it off, it kind of juices out some, and then it's good though. I guess the heart is in there. I guess next time we get some, I'm gonna have to look and see.
My stomach flipping. But
sounds pretty good to me.
That's like the garbage of the sea.
No.
Shrimp, yeah, they're actually disgusting. We really shouldn't eat it, but child, dip it in that seafood water.
Cause listen, I'm gonna eat me a good shrimp and a crab leg. You ain't gotta worry about it.
We know, big bag.
Child.
Go ahead though. What's the topic for the day, baby? What's the topic for the day?
I forgot. I'm just playing. So listen, the topic for today, y'all, is control versus respect.
Wow. We know this gonna get some feedback.
Is it control or is it respect? That's really
from a relationship
standpoint.
Yes.
Is it control or is it respect?
So what do you say?
And that gets really deep. I guess it depends on the circumstance. Like what would be the circumstance? Like what's going on that would make, so like I know one situation where it's like men don't like their woman to go out the house half dressed. Or like wearing, revealing clothing. Yeah. That's a huge one. And a lot of women look at that as control.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I don't think it's control. That's definitely a respect thing. Her man, a woman that respects her man just ain't gonna step foot out the house like that.
And
A
herself.
woman that respects herself,
Yeah.
first of all,
Yeah.
ain't gonna step out the house half naked and revealing herself to all the other men in the streets, because the Bible literally says that your body is a temple. It's a sacrifice, a living sacrifice. Like, you're supposed to be living holy and acceptable to God. But how could you claim to be living like that, but you revealing yourself to the world? Nothing about that is like, I ain't gonna get too deep in it because I ain't gonna get canceled. But me personally, I don't feel like that's controlling. I feel like that's demanding your respect as a man, not wanting that.
I guess we can dive into more of like the scenarios in a little bit. I'll give my opinion, I think, on the topic. So, control versus respect. Like you said, it definitely depends on the scenario, but yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the clothing thing yet.
Yeah, because I get a little
yet.
deep.
No, not yet. We'll come back. But I think that overall, our generation clashes with anything of substance. For real. They are, I can't say we, because I'm not in the vast majority. I'm sorry. We discussed that before. This might not be the place for you. But I don't think that I fit in a lot of those scenarios where it's like, well, I mean, there's always got to be some type of pushback when it comes to things that are, whenever we talk about tradition or whenever we talk about respect or boundaries or something like that, you're going to get some pushback. People are not going to, even with this, when we go and dive into how we really feel about some of the things, yeah, we might not have a lot of support. But I think that they are both important. Control is what you steer away from. Respect, when it comes to the relationship standpoint, it's important, especially when we talk about marriage.
Yeah.
Especially. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I got it all right or all together, let alone, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, what would you say, based on your past endeavors and experiences, did you get or receive pushback when it came to certain things that were merely respect?
There is a lot.
Okay.
Things that so you want me to speak on the things that they felt like was control,
yes,
but it was really respect.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't even just respect. It be the principle of things. It's like, if you don't want me doing this to you, don't do it to me. So that's why I say respect, because respect goes both ways. If I'm respecting you in the manner of, these certain things, you should be able to respect me in the same way. Because you wouldn't like it if the tables was turned.
Yeah.
If the shoes on the other foot, you would be in your feelings. So, me personally, I feel like one thing for sure that I got pushback on in the past was either DMing other guys or liking other guys' pictures on social media, and like in their comments and all type of stuff like that. They didn't look at it as and I'm talking about, like, it could be hard eyes, all types of stuff, like,
oh, wow.
or they could be, and then that opens up that door for the men to comment back on their pictures, hard eyes and stuff. And if you hard, it's like, I ain't finna control you and make you stop doing that, but it's the principle. Like, that type of stuff is like, would you like me doing that to you? Like, what's the severity of that? If that's something that you don't care if I'm doing that to you, maybe you just not the person for me, because I don't look at that as you respecting me. I think that you just want to do what you want to do, honestly. So I dealt with that in the past, and it's like, I had to argue about that before, and then I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you about this. Like, if that's what you like to do, go do that. There's always somebody in the world that's going to be what you want. So just because you do that, you know what I mean, you might not just be the person for me.
And so basically, to break it down or to expound for the people that might act like they don't know what you're talking about, you are saying it's boundaries.
It's
that should not
definitely,
be crossed.
yeah.
Basically, not because to enforce the respect thing, boundaries need to be in place. That's not control.
Yeah, no. I feel like because it's like
What would
whatever.
you say would be control in that instance?
Um,
How could somebody be controlling their partner if that was happening?
by forcing them not to do it. I mean, literally telling, like, making them delete.
Or being obsessive or constantly it's like they can't, because sometimes the people don't be understanding how they can get bamboozled by people when it comes to control.
Hmm.
It's so easy, y'all. It's so easy. I'm trying to tell you, they real slick with it. So it could seem like they are okay with it at first. Maybe
Uh,
even in the early stages of relationships, they tell you everything that you want to hear to reel you in, or they kind of make it seem like, oh, it's okay. I understand. You're just a friendly person. I know you mine, so I ain't got to, what I'm saying? It seemed like that. But then once that relationship goes to the next level, it's like, okay, now they drilling you. Like, they become you. Those signs of insecurity start to show a whole lot.
but see, that's why it's very essential to have those uncomfortable conversations straight off the rip, like in the beginning,
Yeah.
so you can see what kind of person that you're really with, and if you're meant to be with that person, or if you can
Mm-hmm.
even tolerate or handle being this way with this person. Because I ain't gonna lie, like me off rip, I'm gonna let you know, like I don't like all that. Like
Because,
I ain't finna monitor you, but
yeah.
it's like if I'm scrolling, all I see going down every person's post is your name popping up. I'm gonna start being like, to me it just look thirsty. So it's like the boundary has to be set off the beginning. If it's something that you don't like, you need to learn each other's likes and dislikes straight off rip.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. With like, I think people, and that, again, people take that as a sign of being controlled because they speak up and tell you everybody, and this is the thing, me and my baby talk about this all the time. Everybody pushes that, especially on a pop the balloon thing. Everybody first thing that they say is, well, I want a good communicator. I want a good, but it's like as soon as the person tell you what they don't like, and then you do it, maybe later on, and then you say, you trying to control me. No, you been asked them. What is it that you like? When you giggling all late at night and y'all talking on the phone and y'all saying everything that y'all both want to hear to each other. That's nice. But in that time when it's like, okay, somebody actually is uncomfortable with something, now it's like you trying to push that they're controlling. That's not what that is. It's respect. That's all that is.
Yeah, just because you don't agree with it makes it controlling.
Right.
Just
You
because
gotta
you
know
don't
what control
agree
is.
does not mean that that's controlling. That's just what that person don't like.
Yeah. And if that person is that important to you, that's why we always say, if it's, what do you have a saying specifically when it comes to people choosing, you just said it today, I think.
Oh, you got to let people do what they rather. You got to let people do
Yeah.
what they want to do, so you will see what they would rather do.
Yeah.
And that'll answer all the questions that you have.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like in my case, like I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it, but I'm not gonna force you to change it. I'm gonna see where you take it from there. Once I let you know how I feel about it, whether you change it or not, if you do, cool. Then I know you really for me, you really love me. You really want to be with me. If you don't change it, then that's what I know that you would rather want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna let you do. Like you do that, but you ain't gonna do that with me.
And it has, because
I'm
I
just
know
gonna
some people would
take
be like,
myself
well,
out
you
the
just,
picture.
if you doing all that and you changing who you are, nobody, because people love to say that, you're not going to change me. I'm not going to do this. And you trying to change. It's not that. If
And
this
they're
person
single.
if this person is who you want to be with and you really love them, you're going to care at least.
Yeah.
You're going to at least care. It's going to make you sit back and think, even if you don't have a response in the moment. It's going to make you think.
Yeah, because and who's to say that what you doing is a healthy thing?
Yeah.
Just because you so used to doing it all this time doesn't mean that it was good. Change is good sometimes.
And a real partner, y'all, is going.
A real healthy relationship is
Yeah.
going to challenge you. Is going to make you change some things and some unhealthy traits that you have in your life. you're not going to be able to remain the same person.
Yeah, this next statement I'm about to say might sound a little scary, but it's true. You think you cry when you in a toxic relationship? You wait until you gotta face yourself in a healthy one. You wait until you say, dang, that's really me. Because, and see, the thing is, toxicity changes you for the worse. But when you in a healthy relationship, it's gonna pull all of those toxic ways up out of you so you can get rid of that stuff. That's the thing about being in a healthy relationship. Everybody wants it,
Yeah.
but if you and don't run. Like, no, because where do you think you just gonna take that same stuff to a whole nother, like, just
People be so stuck in their ways. I'm trying to tell you, and that
Man,
goes
it's
for
not.
everything. It's not even just
Mhm.
relationships.
yeah.
Like, you have to change in life, period, for different settings, different seasons, different things that you may be going into
Mhm.
in your life. Like I said in the last video, or was that the first video? When you get saved and give your life to God, don't you change your ways?
Yeah.
You can't go into
And it's not
salvation doing the same.
instantaneous.
It don't be
It never,
instantaneous.
it never
That's why
is.
I'm saying, like, healthy relationships takes a lot of forgiveness, a lot of communication and understanding. Them long lasting relationships don't just right off bat like, oh, I'm done, I can't do this because
Yeah.
you ain't this and you ain't listening, you ain't doing this that I like and all that. Like, some of that stuff really takes time.
And so many people say, like, a healthy relationship, people be wanting you to just go through stuff. Yeah, you don't just go everything. It shouldn't be the same things. It shouldn't be the same things. You should be growing, yes,
Yeah.
but you gotta go through in order to gain that strength. Everybody is about this gym life and want to be gym rats. When you go to the gym, you should be weak at first. Before you gain the muscle, before you do all that, you have to strip it down. That's where the pain comes from. It's the same thing in a relationship. You got to be stripped down before you can be built up.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to start from the bottom.
Nobody wants
Everybody
to go.
wants to start at the top with the.
Nobody want to go through that grit and grind to get to the top. They just want to snap of the finger and get there. That ain't how life works.
But it's a really beautiful thing, honestly, when you do have those disagreements and you have those moments where it's like, wow, I sit back and you realize who you're with, and then that you've been blessed or cursed with the
For
partner.
real.
Because
'Cause
listen, you gonna know
uh-huh.
the difference. You will be able to tell the difference. But it's a beautiful thing when you can sit back and be like, wow, this person is really for me, for real. Like, man, don't be afraid of those moments of new. That's a thing. Especially, take two. You start over. There's beauty in that, for real.
So how would you say in your past situations that you've witnessed control, not respect, like you were being controlled?
I would let me think, because I want to make sure. Different things. Like I said, whenever you don't notice it right away. First of all, control. Some people, and the thing is, let me stop lying. That's a lie. Because you do notice it. We do notice it. We do. But we make excuses for it. It's not that we never knew that it was there. We just make up something in our minds like, oh, that's not really them, or it's okay, but I love them, or
Yeah,
they
right.
love me. No, it's a lie. Don't fall for it. So I would just have to say, like, starting off with the, you don't need nobody else but me. Stuff like that. I don't want nobody else but you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hearing stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's cute. But hold on now. Then stuff starts seeming a little different. You go deeper and you don't really see family like that. Then it's literally just you and that person. That's not, no, y'all. That's not how that's supposed to be.
Yeah, nah.
You can be in a healthy marriage, relationship. My baby gonna know where I am. When the day comes, he's gonna know where I am. We always like this anyways, but he is gonna know where I am, but it's not gonna be like you better be back at home at this time, and isn't it? No. That's control.
You
Popping up on me. I've had popping up on me in public. while I was with family.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
to touch on that one part you just said about the time frame coming home,
Mm.
when you and your partner respect each other, y'all don't just show up at the house at no 3
Oh,
o'clock
yeah,
in the
no.
morning anyway.
Yeah.
I won't even have to. There's no reason to even have to set a time like that, because what could you even be doing anyway as a engaged or married person at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and not at home in the bed with your husband and not letting him know where you at, or not in the bed with your
Yeah.
wife and not letting him
It's
know where
just certain
it's
things.
just respect.
You just, yeah.
Period. Like boundaries got to
Yeah,
be.
that's
That's
it. And then we
that's
living in the
boundaries.
crazy world. Why you even want to be out there? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See, different strokes for different folks.
Um,
Y'all can have that.
yeah,
But that ain't
I
that
ain't
ain't
finna
how
hound you all day,
yeah,
but
but
like
no.
when it gets
And
about
then
1 to
it's
2
just
o'clock in the
certain
morning,
things like when you want to be a husband, when you want to be a wife, like that's something that you desire for yourself. He doesn't have to tell me the things that I want to do for him. He doesn't have to do that. There are certain things that I know that I want to do for him, period. So that means when he go to work, he come home, and y'all know we not married yet, but this is how I think already. Like he go to work, he should have food prepared. This is something, and it's not my first go round, y'all. So it's not like nobody. I want to do this. So it's just certain things. Like, no, I want to be at home for my husband. Make sure he is straight after a long day. What do you need? Like, that's just me. So there's just certain things that you won't. But yeah.
that just separates a wife from a girlfriend. Honestly,
Or
when it's
anything.
somebody that's girlfriend material versus wife material, only a wife is gonna be like that.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
not.
girlfriend mentality is
He
I ain't
straight.
gonna be cooking and
You know,
cleaning for
right.
no, like
I
he
ain't
can
got
do
no
that for
ring
himself.
yet.
Yeah, like that type of stuff. That's girlfriend mentality.
But you are gonna want him. He don't pay my bills.
Yeah,
But
want
you don't
this
got
man
his
to-
last name.
You want this man to pay your bills
The
and
double standard in the world. Oh my gosh, it's sickening. I don't know. Oof.
you literally want this man to pay your bills,
Right.
fill your car up with gas,
And pay his.
take you out to dinner every time you
Like,
turn around
the
and buy you this.
It's insane that y'all be having.
But all
like,
he want is a meal every now and then and his back rubbed or something. He working good long hours and you can't even do that. Talking about because you ain't got no ring on your finger and he don't either.
Man, it's just so crazy. Y'all, ladies, stop me. This is just, please stop being so dogmatic. That's the word. I don't
Pit
have
bull
nothing else to
mentality.
put. Please stop, y'all. Because it's just like, it's too much. It really is. Like, and you don't make it seem like the men can't ask us for nothing. Who gave you that right? Who told you that that was okay to do? Like, that's not cool. Because it can't be one-sided. It can't just be, well, he got to do this for me to prove that are you... I get furious when I talk about it. It's just so much.
It's a
Like,
long
please
list
stop,
that we
man.
have to check off
Please stop.
to be a husband. But I feel like the requirements on the opposite end is not, the list ain't that long.
They don't... I think it's...
We take the bare minimum, honestly. We
Yeah.
are simple.
Yeah.
Men are simple. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of men are simple. We not high maintenance for real. So like all we want is for our woman to be loyal and to be there and respect us. That's pretty much it. Like I don't ask for literally anything.
Unless you have one of those controlling men or
Yeah.
the ones that are abusive and they play with your head, play with your, your emotions and stuff like that. Unless it's like that, my boyfriend has shown me that it's really not.
It shouldn't even be
That
hard. It's not hard. Like it's not
complex.
even complicated. Like I said, I'm a very simple person. Like I just like
everybody-
loyalty and respect.
That's what gets so. Drop in the comments, like, what do y'all think it is that makes it so complicated? Why is it like that? Because everybody says the same thing. We love watching the pop the balloon and all that type of stuff and looking and, chiming in on the dialogue of the dating world or the married, the couples and stuff like that. But it's like everybody says the same thing. So who's getting it wrong? That's my question. If everybody wants the same thing, where's the disconnect at?
Yeah, I know. I actually made a video about that. I was at work.
I don't get it.
I made a video. I was at work and I said that if everybody wants the same thing in a relationship, why are we all single? At the time I was single and I'm like, I'm looking and I would scroll on TikTok and I know like my TikTok and Instagram is full with a whole bunch of relationship stuff because that's what I speak about a lot. So I would always see women and men on there talking about all these, relationship things and how they all want something specific, but it's always the same things. And I'm like, so why are we all single
I
if we
think,
all want the same thing?
and if we really think about it, it's because it all falls back to maturity. That's what it falls back. Because if you are mature, if you are really wanting what it is that you say you desire, you're going to put the work in. Bottom line. If you want a position at work and you feel like you're capable of doing it, you're going to get it. It's the same thing. But people, the pride, telling you, pride will snatch away something that is meant for you. Your pride, you can ruin it yourself because you are not willing to do the work for what it don't say it's something that you want, or you really care about somebody, you really love that person, but you do nothing.
Not willing to do nothing. You don't really want that person.
You don't really
because
want
if
it.
you at work and you want that raise, you gonna work for it.
Everybody is so bullheaded. Everybody is so, and the thing is, I'm gonna just say it. Everybody is insecure. That's what it really gives. Because yeah, you might know you with somebody that's attractive and this and this and that, but if you feel like you don't have no peace, they can't go nowhere without you feeling fidgety, you can't relax, it's something wrong with you. Because if you know that this is your person, why you feel like you gotta fight everybody that look their way? They gonna be fine with you by their side and out of your sight.
There's a 50-50 thing to that though, because if you feel fidgety when they go somewhere, it could be you, but it can also be the person that you with.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you getting that feeling, every person that you get with, and if you feel like that ain't always an insecure issue within yourself.
That's true.
You might be dealing with somebody who's really like that.
Yeah.
And yes, your gut telling you that then you just don't need to be with that person. If you
It's
feel
a
like,
reason for all of
yeah,
it.
if you feel like when your person step foot away from you, wherever they go, and you can't trust that they're continuing to be loyal to you and respect you when you're not around, then 9 times out of 10 you need to either check yourself or you need to check the person that you with.
Yeah.
Because that mean that they might not be for you.
And really that was directed more so to the standpoint of if that's something that you just run from all the time, if that's the reason why you constantly breaking up with people, that's something wrong with you. You shouldn't be like that with every single, because unless you just pick wrong and everybody you come, because a lot of people can do that. Sometimes you keep dating the same person over and over and over again.
Same person in different
Yeah,
forms.
same person in different body. Like you keep getting the same people. Be like, why do I keep attracting this type? Because either maybe you aren't confident enough and they can see that. It's literally like shark bait. Literally like that. You become shark bait for this specific type of man or woman.
Yeah.
That's scary. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
But to
that's
touch
what-
back on
yeah.
that other part, when I was saying about like if you got a job and you want that raise, you gonna work for that raise.
Mm-hmm.
You're not finna just like
Let it pass you up.
pass you up.
Yeah.
You're gonna work for it.
Yeah.
So the
If it's
same thing. If
valuable.
everybody want the same thing, why is everybody single? Everybody want the same thing, but they don't want to put the work in to have that. We see all these other relationships, the marriages that's lasting 20, 30, 40 years, but we don't really want to put the work in to last 20, 30, 40 years. You don't know the hell that they have to go through to get where they are. And not the camera overheating. We're going to have to cut this up short.
Oh, and let's talk about the other side of how when you date somebody and they're like you're wanting them to be Christian or like share those same morals and values with you, and how difficult that can be sometimes, because sometimes people, that control and respect comes up when you start talking about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a big one sometimes, because people be like, well, you don't go to church, so da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that whole, it's so much, y'all.
That's why it's essential to be equally yoked.
Yeah.
Don't be going for nobody that if you in church deeply rooted and grounded, don't seek after somebody who's not deeply in church rooted and grounded, because not saying that it'll never work. It's just, that's a tough situation. That's a sticky one. Like, you'll be forever
That
neck
definitely
and
comes with
neck
boundaries.
at,
A
about
lot.
certain situations. You might have different beliefs than this person have. This person wasn't raised how you were, so they don't think like that.
Yeah.
You will be constantly at each other's throats.
There are
And
certain
that's
things that's not as important to them as it is to you,
yeah.
vice versa. So that can be hard too, because I know a lot of people are like, "How are you? You know, when you're a Christian and you're dating, and how do you know that this person is
Gotta
like
have the
that?"
same beliefs.
Yeah.
But that's why, like on the Pop the Balloon challenge, like we was saying, every time you see a man or a woman say it has to be a man of God or a woman of
They
God,
pop
everybody
instantly.
pops. And that is so sad to me.
But and sometimes I think it's an intimidation thing. Sometimes I think that they don't give themselves room to be human. Sometimes. That might be another whole different topic.
Yeah, we're gonna say
Because
that for, because we're gonna
yeah,
cut this one short. We got
yeah,
another couple minutes on this one.
yeah.
'Cause
But that'll have to be a whole. Hopefully, I don't forget that. But that'll be a whole nother different thing. Because sometimes we just don't have realistic.
yeah, nah. And see, I was born and raised Church of God in Christ, and I like that. But I'm the most realistic, down to earth person that you can really come across. Honestly, when it comes down to dating, friendship, any of that, I don't, just because I was raised the way I am, I don't like rule people out and just like make them feel less than, like they not important, like they can't make mistakes and anything like that. Because
Yeah.
I'm also human too.
Yeah.
Just because I was raised that way don't mean that I'm perfect. We all make mistakes. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that to the next person and make them feel like they don't amount to anything and I'm just Mr. Perfect guy over here. So that's a whole nother story though. We gonna have to chop this one
have to go
a little
into
short.
that later.
This was about a 30-minute. Yeah, it's about a 30-minute one.
Not bad.
So y'all, you
Give
had
us
anything else to
feedback.
say?
Just give us feedback, comment, kind of give us y'all opinion on some of the things that we discussed, and
Yeah.
or tell us what else y'all want us to talk about.
Yeah, if y'all got topics or anything, y'all can either drop it in the comments below, or y'all can DM us on TikTok or Instagram. And y'all can just let us know, and we'll do the videos for y'all. If y'all got questions, anything like that, we can do those too. And we can also drop question polls on our stories too to get questions on there.
Yeah.
Just in case y'all don't see this video right now before we actually do the polls. So, without further ado, with that being said, we're going to wrap this one up because I'm thirsty and I'm a little hungry again. So,
thirsty.
I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We get some clips out of this and post it on TikTok for the ones who missed it. And yeah,
y'all know the drill. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Please
all that
hit
good
that
stuff.
post notification bell. I mean,
Please.
because you should know when the Jay's Way posts.
We're on our way to 500. Also, we're gonna be doing more vlogs and stuff too. So if y'all got some suggestions of videos y'all want to see, please let us know, because we can do pretty much anything, whatever y'all want to see.
Yeah.
We could definitely do some car mukbangs and stuff too for the people and get some food and
Shout it up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Jay's Way podcast. Oh, not the Jay's Way. Take2 podcast, a new chapter. No, I'm hungry and thirsty.
Pray for them, y'all. Pray for them.
So yeah, and then we'll see y'all in the next one.
That's it. That's all we got for y'all.
Yeah, that's it. See y'all.